Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Your last scream over here. It's mutter. Rabbi Isai, you know that we're only about 20 days away from Maseches Makos. So once again, official steps in. Something very different. If you join Maseches Makos, you'll get a free Gemara and a free Romanian salami from Shmuel Wasserman. You get the salami up front. A Romanian salami, Shmuel Wasserman from a Romanian, b'shutfus with official. And there's a $250 incentive here for new daffers. Be'ezer Hashem. The guy from Chicago is getting all excited. He wants to drop out and come back in for you, for Makos. Oh, another Chicagoan, David Dimbert. So how are you doing? I'm saying to the guy behind you, we got a bunch of guests here. Givaldic. Okay, anybody want a keychain from MDY? We're gonna do the what? You want one? Whoa. The kid gets two. Hold on, two for him. Shlomo. 1 minute. Adults want also. Hold on. Here, Ariel. Oh, sorry. Who else? The guest. What's your name? Zog the name. Say it nice and loud. Oops.
Shmuel Weinstock.
Shmuel Weinstock. The Oilam Mamish wants. The Oilam wants. I don't have enough though. No? We don't have time here. All right. Yeah, you come to me. We'll do like mention afterwards. The Rebbe is throwing you. Hold on. David is here. David is in the house. Our boy side. David from Fiup. Oh, Tazoi. Check this out. A brand new video from Fischl. His own money, his own thing, but this is cool. This is Arba Mrs. Bessin, Rabbi Isai, salami style. How do you get there? Here we go. Whoever knows, you have to hang the salami. Exactly. Oops. Potato head. Not bad.
Hello there.
Throwback to the other video. Huh? No Makos now. Oh yeah, very nice. Givaldic. In case you missed the Masechta, oh, here it is. Have a wonderful day. Beautiful. Ishkoyach official. There was a raffle yesterday for those who finished Perek HaNesrofim, and the winner was Go further. Rabbi said the Masechta sponsored lirfo Shmuel Ben Chaya Ettel and Yosef Ben Chaim Shmuel Ben Alte Nechama by their grateful family. Anonymous for the Hatzlacha, Berukhniyos, ובגשמיות. And memory of Yechiel Moshe Ben Chaim who started learning Daf Yomi at age 70 and continued for 32 years until he was nifter. Anonymous for the unity of the Jewish people with love and gratitude. Oh, look who's here. He looks nice and healthy. How come he's not in the Beis Medrash? Our friend, what's his name? Gilden, Penny Gilden. Glenn Esterson, with love and gratitude from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for enriching my life with Torah. Monthly sponsors: Eli Stefansky Ben Moshe, Eli Stefansky Ben Yosef. Binyomin Rosenfeld, Hatzlacha, Parnasa. Yosef Ben Chaya Sara, Hatzlacha, Berukhniyos, ובגשמיות. Eli Stefansky, the fallen hostages: Ariel ben Shiri, Kfir ben Shiri, Shiri ben Margit. Reminds me that, in case you're not aware, the Israelis are back attacking. They should have Hatzlacha. They already killed 200 terrorists. B'li Ayin Hara. Should keep on going. Ken Yirbu until the very last end. They should all come home in healthy, mentally and physically. Parnassah berevach Baruch Tzvi Nisim Ben Shoshana Leah. Actualize. Coil sponsor Yaakov Ben Sor Mishpachti Lebrach V'Hatzlacha. Thank you for the $10,000 donation. That's how much it is to sponsor the Coil. Weekly sponsors: Coffee of the Week, L'Schus L'Refus Admor Mevishnitz, Moreinu Rav Yisrael Ben Leah Esther Shlita. Daily sponsors: Inge Mark, Lilu Nishmas, Nucha Bas Eliezer on her second yard side. The Neshama should have an Aliyah. INGE Mark. Kinnovations LLC. Thank you, Rebelli, for your bracha. My brother's Vart was last night. Now we're just waiting for 2 more siblings. Emir Hashem. MDY Kids Monthly, Kinnovations, Chus Official, Elchanan, Akiva, Rifki, and Mrs. Stefansky. Art of the Month, Rafua Shlema for Yehonatan Eitan, Ben Basheva, Bracha, Rafua Shlema. For Chus, for Rebellion, the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah so enjoyable for so many, in honor of Yossi Klein and Mark Ashkenazi for all the work they do. A reminder, two important reminders. First of all, the Gemaras are going out. We're printing about somewhere around 4,000 Gemaras. Art School is pushing hard to do the Nikud. I told you about the Nikudas? I didn't tell you about the Nikudas. Ari Haas, who's donating $30,000 worth of Art Scroll Gemaras, he said, listen, if people are using Art Scroll and they need help with Gemara, and that's okay, why is the other side of the Art Scroll, the regular Gemara, why is it without Nekudas? It should have Nekudas also. Like Oiz V'Hadar, like the Gemara I use. No. In the Gemara, in the actual Gemara, it should be Nekudas like my Gemara. And Art Scroll agreed to it, and they're trying really hard to push out the Nekudas now for Makkos. What? I don't know. I think it was going to be for everyone. But that was his big dream. He told it to me like a year ago, and he was pushing, and they agreed, and he said, okay, for Makkos it's going to be out. We hope. I don't know if it's going to happen. There's still a lot of issues. But here's the thing. They're going to print in about a day or two. So if you still want to get your name into, like, really printed into the Art Scroll, the front of the Art Scroll, and have it either Neshama or Hatzlacha or something, now is the time to reach out to Yossi Klein or whoever it is and get your name in there. It's going to be the first time that we have, like, actually a calendar in the first page where you can mark off what you did with some of the rules of Daf Yomi, how not to fall off, suggestions and things about habit, etc., etc. It's going to be really interesting. And how much is it? It's a lot of money. You could whatever. Where it starts whatever. I don't know. Speak to Yossi Klein. I really don't know the numbers. But we're talking about a lot of Gemaras, so we need a lot of sponsors. The Pesach campaign for the Koilel, again, like I said yesterday, we're trying to get a tremendous package of at least 10,000 shekel per younger man. We have a Koilel that helps the Shir, and we're getting closer and closer. So if you want to be part of it here, last night I have no idea what this is. Somebody donated to it and they put his name here like this. What was this, Benny? One Avreich? 10,000 shekel? Beautiful. I didn't know. You see, I was good. I should have asked you yesterday. So this, whoever this is, donated 10,000 shekel. You can do the same. And now we're going to start learning some Torah. We have again Agadata. I have to warn you that because it's Agadata, and look at the amount of words, just to say the words takes a very long time. So I'm going to go on higher speed than usual. And please bear with me. I have to point this out because we had a few situations in the last few days. You have to remember that maybe 30,000 plus people are watching this year. Therefore, it's better if you don't speak up. And if you speak up, it should be appropriate. And if it's inappropriate, I'm going to have to shut you down on the spot and you might get embarrassed. So if you open your mouth, we encourage it. But if you open your mouth and it's inappropriate, you might get embarrassed in public. So I'm warning you, if you come in here, into this base medrash where it's going out for 30,000 people, so make sure that what you're saying is appropriate. Don't get insulted when you get embarrassed in public. And when we're going towards the end this year, and I'm in a big rush, and we have to be maspik the daf, it's not about you, it's about the 30,000 people that are watching the daf later, and we have to get the entire daf in there. So don't get insulted when I tell you I can't answer you. V'chulu v'chulu. I was in the middle of a story 2 nights ago, and a young kid, in the middle of the story, by the punchline, he scream out, something that had nothing to do with the story, something that we spoke about 5 minutes before, and I shut him down. He got very hurt, but the certain situations, the certain things, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the 30,000 other people. You guys have to take that in mind before you ask interesting questions in Milshir. Shala, 4 lines from the bottom, Daf Tzadik Amud Beis. Shala Cleopatra Malchus as Meir, Cleopatra, one of the many, I guess, she asked Reb Meir. By the way, think about this. This is very important. You should be saying this every day. Oz Yasher Moshe. What does it mean? You ever thought about it? Oz Yasher Moshe. Then he shall sing in the future. Oz Shar Moshe. Then Moshe Rabbeinu sang. What's Yasher? Did anybody ever think about this? Rashi. What did you say? Ashi.
My Rav spoke about this.
Yeah. My Rav also in the Gemara. It's coming up. We're going to get there. Givaldik. So Shalom, Cleopatra, Malchus. The answer is that it's Kis HaMesim. It's in the future. It is in the future. Moshe Rabbeinu is going to get up one day and he's gonna sing it then. Shalom, Cleopatra, Malchus says Remei Omer Yadana the Chai Shachvi. We know Shachvi means the laying, the sleeping, the Chaye. They're going to be alive, those who are sleeping. In other words, there's going to be Kis HaMesim. Cleopatra tells Remeir, Goya tells Remeir, okay, I get it. This Kis HaMesim. The Chsiv, Vayitzitzu Meir Keis of Haaretz. Everybody that comes through tunnels their way from Chutz La'aretz to Eretz Yisrael, they're going to pop up like the grass in the ground. But I have a question. I look when they get up, are they clothed or unclothed? I have a kavachomer from wheat. You bury the seed unclothed. It comes out all clothed with a bunch of layers. A tzaddik who has kfura with his clothing, certainly comes out clothed. Again, I have to remind the Olam, we're doing a Gadata. The Gemara, the Achronim, like the Vilna Gaon, the Maharal, they all say that there's a lot of secrets in Shas, a lot of secrets that weren't given to the regular people, and they were stuck in certain Gemaras. Certainly, they say in the Agadatas. So when you come across an Agadata that you have no clue what's going on, it just doesn't make sense scientifically, it doesn't make sense. There's 400 this, was the size of that, whatever it is. Just take into account that there's some secrets going on here. You don't understand them right now, and I know most of the secrets. I'm not allowed to divulge them in Barabim. I'm reading the Shach V'Chaya. He says, how could there be Tchis HaMesim with a bunch of dust? V'Afra Mikol Chaye, what? Dust could become alive and well? Omer Le Barate, Shafke v'ano madranalo. Says the daughter of the Caesar, Remeir, Gamliel, let me take care of this. Let me deal with my father. She says, there's two people that create vessels. Here we go. Here's the guy that makes it out of clay. We've all seen this, right? We don't have to see the whole video. Okay, so he makes this out of clay. This guy makes it out of water. Yeah? He takes a bunch of water and he makes a vessel out of water. Who's more impressive? The water guy. Who's greater? Oh my Lord, certainly if somebody can make a vessel out of water, I tip my hat to him. Oh my lay, minamayim, not ice, water. Oh my lay, minamayim tsar. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu could take the zera of a person and create a human being from liquid, minatit l'kolchkein, certainly could take a little bit of dirt and make a human being. The Be'er Shmuel Tana, kavachomer klei schuches. I'll give you a kavachomer from fashioning glass. Ma klei schuches ha'molim beruach basar v'dam. Oh, moirdik. If you ever had the schus of being in Venice, I recommend it because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to ask also, did you see my Alps? Did you see my Venice? It's an incredible city. Whoever is there, there's no streets, only sidewalks, and everything is on a boat. The taxi, the ambulance, the fire truck, the garbage trucks, they're all boats. So one of the big things there is the glass that they make, the beautiful glass. Here's the video. Murano, but it's all, that's where they sell, it's the whole thing. Check this out. Check, you see he's blowing, did you see, or you missed it? That's what we're talking about, the blowing. The rest is, now, if you haven't seen this video yet, if you saw it last night, please don't answer. But for 100,000 points, what is he creating with that glass? What's the final product? That's a good guess because that's what they like to make there. I have one of those at home, yeah. But no, you see him blowing. You see him blowing. Snake, a vase. What do you guys say? No, Chess said. Who said fish? It's a 2 for 2. What, you watching the share at night? You got it. It's a fish. It's crazy. Anyways, so the Gemara is saying a kavachomer. If this guy, he blows glass, and if this breaks, what do? Take it. Here he's going to blow again. You see he's blowing right over here. Blowing. That's what the Gemara is talking about. The blowing of the glass guy. What other shear has this to show you what blowing in glass means? No, first the video. First, Loz HaNohaben from the video, okay? Megate this weiter. Check this out. Oh! Now, hold on. Before you, I was also there and had to get myself something. Hold on. I hope it's still in one piece. Check this out. Lulav and Esrig. Look at this. Each detail. I was there. I took my family there. Like in somebody's house, in the backyard. Yeah. Beautiful. Anyways, I don't know what to do with this. We'll just leave it here for now. Leave it. It's good. Oh! It's fine. No, it's Seder. No. It has to be right over here. Anyways, it says the Gemara like this. How do you create this fish, this glassware, with blowing of a human being? If they break, what do? You just take the pieces, throw it right back in the oven, start all over again. But a human being, HaKadosh Baruch Hu blew in him the nefesh chaya. So if he breaks down, he dies. Allah HaKadosh Baruch Hu redo him. You say that there's this apikoris tells Rabbi, but they're dirt. And how could dirt live? To give you much. Similar, a king told the slaves, go, build me a giant castle. In a place, there's no water and dirt. And they built it. But it fell apart. Okay, rebuild it. In a place that does have water and dirt. So they said, we can't. He got angry with them and he told them, in a place that there was no water, you're able to build, and certainly in a place where there's water. And if you don't believe this, says the Gemara, but this needs a lot of explanation. We went into it once when the Gemara says that you're allowed to kill lice on Shabbos because they are, what is it called? It pops out automatic. What? Spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation. The Gemara is talking about spontaneous generation here about these mice. How in the world do they get to be? They're half dirt and half flesh. So it must be spontaneous generation. So there's a lot of discussion about it. How does that work with what we know today in science? Rashi says there's something super interesting. He says, Achbar shekarim, a squirrel. This is what we know, squirrel, my nemesis in Chicago, coming into my house, cutting holes through the roof. They're actually worse than pigeons, in a way. They're worse. They're much more aggressive. You say no, you never had an issue with them. They bite right into your garbage can, make a hole right in, go in. They bite into your roof. It's very hard to get rid of. So this is a squirrel that's half of Adam. His hind legs, according to one of the Perushim, so from his rear on is all dirt, and here, slowly but surely, it becomes like a regular squirrel in this thing. Okay, great. She says, so look, the Rambam brings this, and the Rambam says, I spoke to many people who claim to have seen it. I don't understand how it works. He says, Pliny the Elder, he writes about it, he says, this exists. The philosophers of those generations held that there's something like this animal, especially in Egypt. There's a whole nidun about exactly what this is. The Gemara wants to say, so you see, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could take from the dirt, this squirrel, this rat that is semi-dirt, and from the dirt he makes a mouse, a squirrel. But it took him a long time. It takes a week or two. One snail. So Rashi says this is the chalazon of tchelas, and it only comes up once in 70 years, and it comes up, and then all of a sudden it rains one day, and the next day you have millions of chilazons all over the place. I'm not going to go into it. I once gave a shir about the chilazon and what is it called? Murex trunculus, and how it seems like, based on their evidence, that this was the chilazon back in the day. But it says in the Gemara, not in the Gemara, in the Medrash, that was Nignaz, and Rav Chaim Kanesi says Nignaz. The kids are a whole thing. There's a video that said that Rav Chaim Kanesi says to the guy, if you really believe it, then you have to wear it. So Kitzer, I did the unpopular thing, and I started wearing it after that speech. V'chulu. Okay. And every time I mention it, the Menachem Atai comes to me and he gives me Musar, etc. Zok the Gemara. I have no idea where we're holding. Oh, Reish Ayoyim Boyel Chilazon Echad, the Mocher Yoduk Shamim Reiz V'Smal Kule Chazaynos. So you see that we see that today, like a little rain, and all of a sudden there's a million mosquitoes or whatever it is. Like it just so you see this idea HaKadosh Baruch Hu created in seconds. So now we're going to have the three famous stories. A lot of these stories are famous. We're very familiar with them. The Apikoris, told Gvia ben Psisa. Gvia was a hunchback, but he's a Talmud Chacham. He says, "Vaylachon chayavaya damritun." He says to the Talmud Chacham, you're Russia, you're Chayav, you're Balavera. Oh, to you, damritun meisi chayon. How could you dare say that it's Tchias HaMeisim? He has a very good kasha. Says the Chayim Meisi, if a guy's alive and he dies, the Meisi Chayim, what? If you're dead, you're gonna cut. If you're already alive, you die. How if you're dead are you gonna become alive? It makes no sense. He slammed him back, checkmate. Omerlei, Vaylachon Chayavaya, you're the Rasha. Damritu Meisi Loi Chayim, because you don't believe in Tchias HaMeisim. The Leihavu Chayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates something from nothing. Where's this baby from? He didn't exist b'chlal, he was zero, nothing. But a guy that's 90 years old and he has bones and sinews and everything and a brain, so he can't. HaKadosh Baruch Hu can't take him and bring him back to life. What are you talking about? What you call me, I'm a Russia? If I get up in Tchias HaMeisim, I'm going to kick you. I'm going to knock that hunchback right out of you. So when I read this, I had this picture in my mind. I called up Yoshi. I said, do me a favor, do this. X, Y, Z. I had this 3D movie in my thing. So he did it. Ganz fine. I could show you the voice notes that I left him. Check this out. But I told him, listen, we can't do Gvia because he was a Talmud Chacham. So do somebody that's obvious, not him. Here's the hunchback guy. Check this out. If I come up to Tchias HaMeisim, I'll just kick you into shape, he says. Here we go. Boom, one kick, but he's not straight yet. So now he comes around to the front. It's gewaldig. It's a little long, okay. Boom, kick to the chin. And now he's straight. I don't know, I had a nod, just for me, it was Gishmak. Straighten him out. One kick in the back, one kick to the front, and now he's straight. Donnie didn't appreciate it. Zog the Gemara. I'm looking at you like, what happened? Oh, it's good. Okay. That's how you express greatness? Okay, got it. So he used a classic psychological trick. If you do that, you'll be a great doctor. In other words, you didn't insult me by calling me a hunchback. Yeah, well, I'll even pay you for such a thing. On the 24th day of Nisan. What's the 24th day? What's the significance of the 24th day of Nisan? So Rashi says that there's something called Megillas Tainus, and in there, Megillas Tainus all the days of the special Nisan to Klai Yisrael Yontav, and that's a Yontav. You now do a hesped on this particular day. What happened on this day? In Megillas Tainus, all three of these stories, which they're very similar, happened the same day. So we have to fly over here because we're very late. The challengers, there's three challengers that came to attack Klai Yisrael, and they were gone. What happened? The Africans came to court against Klai Yisrael. This whole Eretz Yisrael is ours. Sounds familiar? It says Canaan should be to its borders. We come from Canaan. We're the Africans. Our father is Canaan. So Gvia said, this hunchback said, let me deal with them. If they beat me, so say, listen, he's just the Amaretz of ours. We want the smart guy to come forward. But if I could beat them, the Torah beat you. Okay, so we're going to have that same thing 3 times. So they gave him Rishus, and he went. What's your raya? From your Torah. You bring it from our Torah, I'll prove it back to you from our Torah. Cursed is Canaan. Oh, you should be a slave to the brothers. Who are the brothers? Shem Yafes. That's us Jews. So, if a slave buys something, whoa! Not only is Eretz Yisrael ours, but you know what? We forgot. For the last 500 years, you didn't work for us. So you owe us slavery. You brought it right from the Torah, so you have to answer from the Torah. Give us 3 days to think about it. So he gave him time. They looked up and high and low. They couldn't find an answer. They ran away in defeat. They left all their fields when they were planted, and the vineyards. It was Shmita, so Klai Yisrael gained from these fields. Another story. This might be more familiar, the story. The Mitzrayim, the Egyptians came to sue Klai Yisrael. When Klai Yisrael left Mitzrayim, they took stuff from the Mitzrayim. You owe us, it says before Torah that you stole from us, give it back. We're bringing said, let me deal with it. If I beat them, great. If not, just say I'm an idiot. There's much better people than me. In Relay Min Torah, we bring the raya from the Torah. I'll bring a raya from the Torah. Shenamar Moshe Ben Yisrael. Asher Yashvim Mitzrayim Shloishim Shana Varba Meyois Shana. Klal Yisrael were slaves for 430 years. You want to go with the Torah? That's what it says in the Torah. Give us the 600,000 people that worked for you in Mitzrayim. Shloishim Shana Varba Meyois Shana. 430 years. Now, the Marsha points out, the Vilna Gaon points out, that at the end of the day, we know how long was Shibud Mitzrayim, 210. But how much did they actually work? 86. So why is he saying 430? So it says the Vilna Gaon, because it says, Chamushim Olu Meretz Mitzrayim. Only a fifth of Klal Yisrael left Mitzrayim. So 600,000 is only a fifth of what we really were. Now, if you do the math, it's unbelievable. Take out your calculator. 5 times 86 equals 430. That's why the Gemara says 430. It's chamushim. I didn't understand the question to begin with because he was saying, if you go with the Torah, I'm going with the Torah. The Torah says 430. You have to know this and that. Only a yeshiva bacher knows that there's 210, 86. Most people don't even know about 86. Certainly not these mitzvahs. Okay, but it's a nice vart.
Probably in their history books, no?
No. But you're going from the Torah, as I stated in the Torah, 430. I did the cheshbon, a real quick calculation, a really rudimentary calculation, because also there weren't 600,000 throughout all those years. There's 600,000 all the way at the end, so I don't know how to do that calculation. But if you just take 600,000 times like 10 hours a day times 430 is over 1 trillion hours. 1 trillion times, let's say $20 an hour, $20 trillion. We didn't take $20 trillion worth of gold and silver from them. So it says the Gemara. Answer. Give us 3 days. The same thing like before. They gave him. They couldn't find the answer. They left their fields. They left everything. According to Megillah's Tainus, it was the same day. There's 2 stories. If you watch all the news, they say that in history, if you go to war with somebody and you lose, that's it. You pack your bags, you fold your tail, you lost. You never come back for your land. That's it, it's gone. And there's thousands of examples of people that lost land over this, whatever it is, and then many countries. Only these Meshugayim, what happened 70 years ago, they said, no, we want our land. You went to war, you lost, shalom. No, they want it back. Here they are. No, in our Gemara, 2,000 years ago, they come, no, here, they had it, I know, we did own it. Oh, so now they're admitting it's not 100% ours. 50-50. Let's do 50-50. Why? Okay, it was given to Avram, Yitzchak, the descendants. We're from the descendants. Once again, he steps up. Give you a psisa. By the way, try to say that word. It's not an easy one. I'm going to prove it from the Torah. He gave everything he had. Everything he had. Yitzchak, including Eretz Yisrael. He gave them gifts. Point out a quick Vilna Gaon. He says, we went to Shavuot, we heard this 5,000 times. Ish v'isha zachu shchina b'neihem. The yud of the man, the hey of the woman. Now, what happened to vav k? That's yud k. What happened to vav k? That's the continuation. So he says that's why we write a ksuba. Ksuba is ksav vav k. That's what ksuba is. So that's why we write a ksuba. Once you have the ksuba, you have the yud k vav k. But the pilakshim, they don't have a ksuba. So that's why the name is Peleg Shem. Half a name. They don't have the Vav K. They have a Yud K. So they don't have a thing. Okay. He gave gifts. If a father gives like a get shikhr, like a get in his lifetime, and he says, go. A father can give whatever he wants in his lifetime. He can't give a Yerusha in his lifetime, but he could give gifts in his lifetime, and he gave a gift to Yitzchak. What are these gifts? He gave them like a certain name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Tumah. So there's a big need on how you're allowed to do that. They're not allowed to do kishuf. Some explain that he gave them so that when they are in Chutz La'aretz, or when people do kishuf to them, they should understand that it's kishuf. They shouldn't be impressed with it. Some even want to say as far as they gave them the secrets of the Far East, and that's what today is like the Chinese. They do these energy things and these kind of things, which some say might be problematic. Okay, v'chulu, v'chulu, v'chulu. Amarle Antoninus l'Rebbe. Now, everybody knows Antoninus and Shas and Rebbe were great friends. In fact, we'll see in our Gemara that Antoninus, the king, the Goyish king, beat Rebbe twice in our sugya. He knew something that Rebbe didn't know. Just quick story from the Gemara Avodah Zarah, that Antoninus had a tunnel from his palace to Rebbe's house, and every single day he would come speak to Rebbe, and every day he would come with 2 slaves. When he got to Rebbe's house, he would slaughter 1 slave, and he needed a slave to take him back to schlep him through the tunnel on the way back, and then he'd kill the second slave over there. Every day he would kill 2 slaves. That's what the Gemara says. Oh, Antoninus the Rebbe. So one of the times they were schmoozing, he says, "Guf neshama yichayil nifter atzmim nadin." The body and the neshama don't have to have gehenim, don't have to have anything. When they come to the din, the final din, where they, by the way, they're going to ask you, did you learn Torah every single day? What are you going to say? Be'ez Hashem, we're going to say yes, every day. Kates at gufay min neshama chatasa. The body's going to say, you, the neshama, are the one that caused me to sin. Yeah, that's typical human being. It's always the wife's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never my fault. I'm perfect. It's always the other guy that caused me to do something. So the body's going to say, you neshama, you caused me to do this. I'll prove it to you. Look, you left my body. What happened to my body? It's a stone. It doesn't move. So who caused me to move and do Averis? You. When the Neshama says, no, it's you. Why? The day I left him, I'm like a bird floating in the air. I'm not chayt, I don't do anything, I'm just flying around, enjoying myself. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to the I'll tell you the famous mashal. Rebbe, sorry, thank you. Antoninus asks Rebbe, and Rebbe answers him. Famous mashal. No. I just remember the Chidah. The Chidah says that according to Reb Shimon, it says Reb Shimon Yochel Liftar is Kol Ha'olam from the din. It says because in Masechtas Shabbos it says Shnaim Shasu, if 2 people do a malach on Shabbos, and the Gemara says over there that according to Reb Shimon, if Zayna Yochel and Zayna Yochel, 2 people do something that 2 people can't do it, they're not. The potter. So over here, the Guf and the Neshama, both of them can't do it individually. So Mela should be potter. Okay, one of these things. The guy had a beautiful orchard. In the orchard, he had Bekur is nice. That's what Avi said. Ayin Sham. Bekur is nice. There's figs. Beautiful figs. The famous story. I gotta put this away over here. He put 2 guards. Echad Chiger, one that couldn't walk, Vechad Suma, one couldn't see. So the handicapped one tells the blind one, Bakurish noise and Roy Baparis, hey, I checked this out. I see beautiful figs. Come, I'll ride on your shoulder, and you'll walk. I'll tell you where to go. See, he took him on his shoulders, and they ate. Then the owner comes. That's like the mashal to Rabban Shalom. What happened there? So the guy without feet says, do I have feet that I can walk? Look at me, I can't get anywhere. Can I see anything? How did I get anywhere? So what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? Here give Chiga, what did the paradise owner, here give Chiga Agav Suma. So he took the one without the feet, he chapped the trick. Here's the picture. Here's the guy without feet on top. And he put him on top. And he gave them a punishment as if they were one. Maybe neshama is zakir b'guf. He takes the neshama after he dies, puts it back in the body. He says, "Okay, you're partners." It says in the same pasuk shemayim and aretz. Yikral shemayim ol zu neshama. The one that belongs above, it's the neshama. Ve'la'aretz, what goes in the ground. L'danami zeh haguf. Turning of the Daf, sponsored by that Global Experts in International Financial Services. Dr. Alan and Barbara Listhouse, in memory of my dear father Joseph Listhouse on his 45th yard side. Yosef Ben Ariel lirfo Rivka Henyo Bashulamis. Lirfo Atino Gicheskel Yedid Ben Chama Shendel. Now Life Realty Bet Shemesh and Moshe Einhorn in honor of Eli and the entire MDY family. By the way, I forgot this. Somebody got me like a silver plate from Chadad with 3 bowls. I don't know. I forgot who it is. So if it's you, please let me know because I want to say thank you. I remember he gave it to me, and I saw it. I just forgot who it is. So this over here also, I think there's a lot of hidden Kabbalah, but we could try to figure it out on a basic level. So again, the king Antoninus asks Rebbe, the Goladar. Rebbe wrote the Mishnah. Very, very wealthy. Rebbe was extremely wealthy. So was Antoninus. Why is it that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west? And if it rises in the west and it goes down in the east, you would ask me the same question. No, let me explain your question. If it rises from the east, let it set in the east. Why does it have to go to wherever it came from? Let it go back to there. It seems like he didn't understand that the world is round, the world was square, maybe. Whatever his question was. Because he's going to the west, that's where the Shekhinah is in a more concentrated form, whatever that means. He wants to go bow to the Rebbeinu Shalom in the west. Even the sun bows to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It makes a lot more sense. When you want to bow to somebody, you don't go all the way up to his nose and you bow. You take it back. You're a few steps back. So before he gets to the west, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is, he should stop. He should bow. And then he should disappear into the sky. He should go upwards into the sky and disappear. Gone. Says Gemara, no, you can't do that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created in a way that the sun goes down slowly. It's like it doesn't happen in 1 second. So if the sun would stop mid-sky and all of a sudden go into the something and disappear there would be some sort of window. He goes in, and then people will be in the fields. They wouldn't know that now it's time to go home. They didn't have clocks. They didn't have watches. They go by the sun. Now, everybody could ask the question, the sun doesn't go anywhere. The sun doesn't really bow anywhere. The sun is stationary. We know today the earth goes around the sun. It's the rotation of the earth that causes sunset and sunrise. So there's different things. The Ramchal says, we all know how the sun and earth work, and obviously this Gemara is Kabbalah, and he goes into the whole thing. The Maral says that his question was more like, why does the sun go down at all? Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu create something that illuminates the earth 24/7? Why does it have to go down? And his answer was to show you that people shouldn't confuse the sun for a Rebbeinu Shalom. If it was there 24/7, so he's there, he created, the sun goes away, he's a slave like everybody else. He comes, he goes. Says the Gemara. When's the exact point that a Kosh Baruch Hu injects the neshama into the body? Is it Mishas Pkida, from conception, from the first moment? Or Mishas Yitzira, when it comes out into the world? Yitzira would mean when it's formed, like 40 days later, when it has sinews and a muscle. It's 40 days later, it's not from the first moment. Have you ever seen a piece of flesh that's able to last more than 3 days? How in the world could this zera, this formation of what eventually is a human being, could last for 40 days without a neshama? A neshama is life. In order to last, in order for us not to start, what happens when a neshama goes out? We start decomposing. So how could something without a neshama stay without decomposing? It has to be HaKadosh Baruch Hu injected a neshama into it. You're going to say it has the neshama of the mother? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't have a neshama of a mother. It has its own neshama. Rebbe says, you're right. I didn't think about it. He got him. Omar Rebbe, Dani Antoninus. Oh, sorry. Elo Mishas Pkida must be from the moment of conception. that's when the neshama is injected. Omar Rebbe, Dovezelim Dani Antoninus, he says, I admit, he could have said, he could have pretended it was his own thing. No, I made a mistake, Antoninus was right. And in fact, Umikra Messiah, I have a proof from the Pasuk. Shenemar, Uf Kudascha, that's conception, Shamra Ruchi. There's already, the Ruach saved me, watches over me. And he asked him another question. We must say when does a person get the Yetzirah Mishasitzira from conception of Mishasitzira, or when it comes out into the world? Mishasitzira must be from the time from when it's Yitzira is when it's formed, not conception. When it's formed. If it has this Yetzirah, it should kick its mother and walk out. You're right. Mishasitzia must be Elo Mishasitzia. He tells him, Antoninus tells him it must be when he comes out into the world. Rebbe Antoninus taught this to me. In fact, there's a pasuk that helps him. Shenemar La Pesach Chatas Revetz. He made a picture for this. La Pesach Chatas. You have this Satan comes at the entrance when he's born. The Pesach Chatas Revetz. The moment he's born, that's when the Yetzirah shows up. So they asked the question. So how in the world did Esav have a Yetzirah to go out to this? So one of the Pirushim I saw, there's a bunch of Pirushim. So there's two types of Yetzirahs. There's one in the brain and one in the physical. Esav had the Yetzirah in his head. He knew he wanted to go out, he wanted to do Aver, but there's nothing he could do about it. The Gemara says that once you get the Yetzirah in the body, the physical, then Boyet V'Yotzeh. That gives you that power to go and do. To go and do, to actually physically go and do, that he didn't have until he was born. Shlokish Rami. He has a contradiction with Shlokish. Ksiv. Bam, Iver, let's see the pasuk for a second. Here. Maybe Oisam Eretz Sofim, Vikibasim Yakis Yaretz. I'm going to gather them. So the Gemara is now learning that this is referring to Chis HaMesim. Bam, Iver, blind, Upiseach, and those who can't walk, Hara, pregnant. So if you're talking about, it's very interesting. If this pasuk is going on Chis HaMesim, it comes out that if a woman, Loyalenu, was killed in Auschwitz and she was pregnant, by Chis HaMesim, she's coming back as a pregnant woman. That's what it says here. Hara, V'yoledes Yachtav, a woman who just gave birth. Uksiv, so but it says that you come back with your handicap, whatever it is. It says in the pasuk goes Yidale Koil Piseach. Koil is a deer. Piseach is he doesn't have feet. He's going to run like a deer, like as fast as. In other words, he's not going to be handicapped. Visarin Lashon Ilem, a person who's mute is going to sing. So he's going to have a refuah shleima. What's the pshat? The first pasuk says he's not going to have a refuah shleima. There's going to be water in the desert. Okay, so how does it work? Beautiful. Person is going to come with his mum. All of Klal Yisrael are going to say, "Oh yeah, I remember you didn't have a leg." So it is you. It's taka you. A moment later, boom, he has a leg. Now, if the person comes back without his mum, then they're going to say, maybe somebody else, maybe this. No, it's that person. Here, because Baruch is Merapa. Umisrapim. Ula Rami, Ula had a contradiction. Siv, Bila Movetz L'netzach. We say this in Levias all the time. What does it mean? Bila Movetz L'netzach. There's not going to be any more death. Umoch Hashem Dima, and Hashem is going to erase all tears, Malkal Panim, from all the faces. So there's no more death. But it says, Uchsiv, Kenar B'mei Shana Yamos. Chis HaMesim. It seems like they're going to die when they're 100. Liyam Shamoid Ul Yomim. Like Kasha says Gemara, it's not a Kasha. Kam Yisrael. Yisrael, they're not going to die forever. Kam B'umas Ha'olam, but the nations, they are going to die at a later age, 100, but they're going to die. B'umas Ha'olam, my boss. What are they doing there, B'chlal? Hanach L'chsivu, no, these are the ones. V'amdu Zarim B'rot Tzeinchem, V'neinochem Kareichem V'karmechem. They're going to take care. We need them to take care. They're going to be our servants, take care of our vineyards. The famous Gemara that says that if you have tzitzis properly, then you'll have 2,800 slaves. So somebody asked Reb Chaim Kanievsky, what does somebody need 2,800 slaves? 10 is enough, no? So he says no. Because on Shabbos that you have to be mashbis your slave, you get 2,800 mitzvahs. Okay. If you have a better answer, let me know. Rav Chizda Rami Ksiv. V'chofra levano boisha chama. The moon and the sun, they're going to be embarrassed. The light is going to be nothing. Kimalach Hashem tzvakos. Hashem is ruling. But it says that the moon is going to be as bright as the sun is today. However, the sun itself, what does Shivosayim mean? Does anybody remember? Huh? 7 times, very good. So the Zohar says it means 7 times. Toizim Baba Basra Daf Ches says it's 7 times 7, which is 49. And Rashi Pesachim says it's 7 times 7 times 7, which is 343, because it's times the 7 days of Sheshis Mei Bereshis, Shivas Yom. Loi Kashya. Kalam Mashiach. It's going to be very, very strong in the time. This whole sugi we have to understand. We're talking about different things that it's not so clear. There's the days of Mashiach. There's Olam Haba, which means not. The Rosh Kola asked me right after Shir yesterday. It's not Olam Haba like now. Our neshama goes to Olam Haba. Olam Haba means the world to come in the future after Mashiach. So there's different stages of Mashiach. Then we need a lot of light. Kan Olam Haba. But once the Olam Haba comes, there's going to be so much light from the Rebbeinu Shalom. You don't need light anymore. Shmuel asked the Gemara, according to Shmuel, there's absolutely no difference once Mashiach comes. The only difference is we won't have the tsaras from the Arabs. We won't have a problem with Iran. Everybody's going to be here in Eretz Yisrael. Everybody's going to make aliyah, and we're going to continue working and doing. And whoever went to Koil goes to Koil. This, that. We're going to have a couple of slaves, but the sun is going to be the same strength. Like Ashio, in the cabinet of the tzaddikim, you need a lot of sun, but in the machne shechina, in the cabinet of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you don't need sun at all, so it's going to be very weak. Another question. I'm going to bring alive those who are dead. I'll crush, or the wounded, they'll be wounded, and I'm going to heal them. So is HaKadosh Baruch Hu going to make Tchias HaMesim the way they are with their mum, or he's going to be marpa them? They're going to be a refuah HaKadosh Baruch Hu. First, I'm going to make them alive with their abilities. And that which I destroyed, I wounded, I'm going to heal them. Maybe, perhaps it means one will die, and in the same hospital that day, a baby is going to be born. Like today in the hospital, guy dies, and 3 are born. No. When I wound somebody, I heal that wound. The death and the life is in one body. Tanya, Omer Meir, a proof that Tchias HaMesim in the Torah Shenemar, Oz Yoshir Moshe Ben Chaim Hashem. Charlie Nemar, how come it doesn't say that he's saying in the past? Eli Yoshir in the future. You see that Moshe Rabbeinu is going to come back alive, and we're going to sing Shiri. Can you imagine that day? Yeshua is going to build in the future. It doesn't say that he built, even in the future. Even it doesn't mean that Shlomo is going to build in the future. Because he married those wives that took his heart away from Kadosh Baruch Hu, and they built a bama. It's as if he built a bama. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.